Good day, guys, and welcome back. Yesterday, a parent sent me this question, all right, and she got this question from the one of the tutors. Yeah, she has a few tuition teacher anyway. Anyway, what happened is that the tuition teacher gave this to her daughter, and she told me that how in the world she's is she going to solve this the last part, right? Can you form a square with 98 dots? Obviously, she says she got no problem with the number of dots on one side and total number of dots. She can always count it, right? No big deal. Okay, that's not a problem for her daughter. But she told me that the biggest issue that she has is that why the solution says you must minus 4 and then after that divide by 4 to get the answer. And where does the number 4 come from? Okay, and she told me that don't tell me that my daughter has to memorize different questions with different numbers, right? Another question must be minus 3 minus and so on and so forth. It's ridiculous, she told me, right? So she was very concerned. I can understand her question, her concern, and of course that's not the way to solve mathematics. Yep, mathematics is for you to enjoy. Okay, let's do this way. Okay, all this is about number sequence, right? When come to number sequence, you do need to apply arithmetic progression and of course your geometric progression. Okay, APGP, which is actually in 1988 when I was a student in Sec 3, we do learn about APGP in Sec 3, but now this topic is taught in H2 of your junior college mathematics. Yep, A level. Okay, so basically what happened is that we see what we can do. All right, don't worry about that. Of course, there will be 3 dots in figure 1 on one side, and total, of course, you can count. You have 8, right? And of course, figure 2 will be 4 dots on one side, and of course, total of 12. And the last figure, figure 3, will have 5 dots on one side, and of course, 16 dots in total, right? To make up your figure 3. Okay, now biggest problem is, can you form a square with 98 dots? The problem. Don't tell me you have to memorize 98 minus 4 and divide by 4. Where in the world the 4 come from, right? They're not going to memorize things. This is maths. Maths is not about memorizing ridiculous figures. Yeah. So what happened is that, you see, as I said just now, it's all about the arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression is about the sequence, number sequence, right? Whereby I need you to do me a favor in order to solve this question. All right, take note of this formula that I'm going to write. Okay, Tn is equal to the n term. Yeah, is a equal to a plus the n minus 1 times the constant difference. So a in this case is a sequence of 8, 12, 16, and all the way to 98 that we want. Yeah, 98 dots, right? Total of 98 dots. Okay, so in our sequence here, right, a is your first term. Yeah, the first term is known as your a. All right, d is your constant difference between 8 and 12 is 4, and 12 to 16 is also 4. That means your d equal to 4, your a equal to 8, your first term. Yeah, your d1. All right, okay, so you see, if you apply this formula into your number sequence, your first term, your t1, yeah, okay, your first term is equal to 8. It has to be 8. You see, your first term is 8. Yeah, a is 8, so you put 8 here. All right, plus n is 1, your first term, right? Minus 1, that's your formula, and a constant difference of 4. All right, that will give you 8 plus 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0, so obviously the first term is 8. Your second term, you apply the same formula here. All right, you apply the same formula. Your first term is 8 plus n is 2, right? 2 minus 1 times 4. Okay, that will give you 8 plus 2 minus 1 is 1 times 4 is 4, so total 12. Yep, it's 12, right? Your second term. your third term should be 16. Yeah, we see, T3 equal to 8 again, that's your A, plus your N, which is your 3, your third figure, that's your N. So 3 minus 1 multiplied by your constant difference, which is 4, right? 4, it has to give you 16, yeah, trust me. So what we have is 8, right? 3 minus 1 is 2 times 4 will be 8, so plus 8, total 16. Happy? Very happy, right? So I told the mother the same thing. Ma'am, yeah, she said, wow, okay, thank you. Then she's still not satisfied. She said, how am I going to get the 98, Mr. Abdul? Please, Mr. Abdul. I said, okay, don't relax now, relax, all right? No big deal. Maths is fun. Okay, to get 98, all right, 98. Okay, you know that your your term, yeah, we do not know what term, right, will be giving you the 98, right? We do not know n, right? We do not know n. What term, what figure, right, to give you 98? Correct? Not JC, huh? You don't have to wait until you go to JC to know this, okay? You learn now in P6. Yes, trust me, you can do it. So after that, what happened is 98. That is your the number of terms that. Okay, your first term again is 8 plus your n is unknown. That's why you're going to find, right, the figure number, right, whether it's big, that means term n, or the figure n if you want, since this one talking about figure, right? Yeah, why not? So n minus 1, and the constant difference is still 4. It's a constant difference. Okay, so from here we have an equation. Just a simple algebra. So 8 plus the 4 you multiply by n is 4n minus 4 times 1 is 4. All right. So I would rather put the equal sign on my right hand side here, equal to 98. No big deal. So 8 minus 8, 8 minus 4 is 4. So what you say, 4 plus 4, right? So because 8 minus 4 is 4, right? So plus 4 lah, equal to 98, right? And you see 4n equal to 98 minus 4. Then n equal to your 98 minus 4 divided by 4. That will give you your 23.5. Then the mother shouted, she was shouted on top of her voice. She said, my God, that's how they get the 4 from, Mr. Abdul. Yes, ma'am. Yes. And why never tell my daughter? I said, I wouldn't know. I was not a tutor, right? Okay. I was about, anyway. So yeah, that the mother said, she was shouting that, and said, yeah, that's how the tuition teacher said, for no. So yeah, it's a funny, it's a good laugh. It was a good stress, right? And of course, the solution will never tell you how to get 4. That's a sad part, isn't it? Yeah. So now you know where the 4 come from and where in the world she get 4 from. I mean the tutor, right? And it becomes like a super secret, and it's ridiculous to tell your students to memorize ridiculous things. All right, by just applying your arithmetic progression, just applying this little formula, right, and it will save your entire life, right? It makes sense. Thank you very much. We will go through more of this question. Yeah, take care. Bye bye.